शेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देश तारिणे पाश्चात देश तारिणे जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की श्री गौर मंडल भूमि ये बाजान चिंतामणि श्री गौर मंडल भूमि ये बाजान चिंतामणि तारहय ब्रज भूमे वास तारहय ब्रज भूमे वास गोदावरी के तट पर श्री चैतन्य
banks of Godavari river, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells Rai Ramanand,
इस संसार में
oh Rai Ramanand,
प्रत्येक मनुष्य का
in this world
जो डिवोटी है प्रत्येक हरि भक्तों का वैष्णवों का अंतिम डेस्टिनेशन
the devotees of the Lord should have what as their destination. If we have got this human life and it is necessary for us to work for Arthaka Moksha, and it is necessary to take responsibility towards our body as society as well. But ultimately, where does the living entity reside finally? So this was the question Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Rai Ramanand on the banks of Godavari river. So where does a living entity reside? And Rai Ramanand answers that a person or a devotee should, after finishing all their material responsibilities, they should reside in Vraj Bhumi, where the Rasa Leela between Srimati Radharani and Krishna manifested. So, the goal for all the devotees of the Lord should be to reside in Vrindavan or Vraja. Srila Prabhupada ji, from 70-year-old, he preached for 10 years throughout the world, but when he was ill and he was approaching his death, he resided in Vraj Vrindavan. Ultimately, he took the shelter of Vrindavan. A few days back, a highly exalted devotee of the Lord, Shri Srivas Pandit Prabhu, who was the disciple of Gaur Govind Prabhu, and he was the secretary of zonal of Burma branch, and so many devotees are under him, and 2 3 days back he left his body and he entered his eternal abode, and he also had the desire that the last place for me to reside should be to Vrindavan, and from there he left for his eternal abode to the Lord of the Lord, sorry. So the ultimate residing place for a person is Vraj Bhumi, but we cannot directly reside in Vrindavan. If we think that we just take a ticket and we can reach Vrindavan, then it is a gross perspective. In that in in that perspective, if we see with that perspective, then even Putna and Kans and all the other demons were also in Vrindavan. We are not supposed to reside just physically, but mentally as well. And how we will get such a residence in Vrindavan is explained here.
Shri Gaur Mandal Bhumi Ye Bajan Chintamani Tarahya Braj Bhume Vasa Tarahya Braj Bhume Vasa। श्री नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर कहते हैं,
Sri Narottam Das Thakur says that we should not, or we cannot get direct to be resident of Raja, and it will not be our final destination directly. But the we should follow a process, and that process is that this Gaur Mandal Bhumi, where we are circumambulating or doing the yatra, and by the till we don't understand and we see, and until the point we contemplate on them, till that time we won't be able to reside in Vrindavan. So those people who think this place as Chinta Mani, they only can reside in Vrindavan. They will be the only persons who will be able to take shelter of Vrindavan. Although it is said that Vrindavan and Navdip are non-different, they are same, but without understanding Gaur Mandal, or without taking their shelter, we won't be able to reside in Vrindavana. So, on this occasion of Gaur Purnima, on the 2022 appearance day of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are visiting Gaur Mandal with darshan and trying to understand the glories of this place, because when we will be able to understand this place, then only we will be able to reside in Vrindavan. So today is the fourth day, and we are currently in Simantadweep. So till now, on the third day, we learnt about the glories of Simantadweep, how it was renamed or named Simantadweep.
गौरांग महाप्रभु की चरण रज अपने मस्तक पर अपनी मांग में भरी। और भी इस सीमंत द्वीप में अनेकों प्रकार की लीला,
And there are quite a few pastimes in Simantadweep. How Kazi was liberated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
लोग राजापुर पहुंचे हैं।
and finally we reached Rajapur in Simantadweep.
का गांव है जो हमारे पीछे अभी आप देख रहे हैं, और यहाँ पर श्री जगन्नाथ जी विराजमान है।
And here Lord Sri Jagannath resides.
ऐसे भगवान जगन्नाथ जी की बहुत सुंदर पावन पवित्र लीला आज भी घट रही है।
So,
तो यहाँ से हमारी
who
यात्रा प्रारंभ करें।
are still performing the pastimes here
जगन्नाथ जी के
in Navadvip Dham.
पावन दर्शन मंदिर के लगभग 1-2 किलोमीटर दूर हम अंदर की
So,
ओर चले।
if we go inside 1 or 2 kilometers, then there is a beautiful place which is called Shabar Ganga.
रखना पड़ेगा, शबर डांगा।
Danga, sorry.
ये नाम पड़ा है शबर जाति से।
So this name was
तो शबर जाति से
renamed as because of the Shabar
दर्शन करते
Jati.
सुनते रहिए।
So have the darshan or the sight and listen the glories as well.
शबर जाति
In Satyuga,
जगन्नाथपुरी में
the
जगन्नाथ जी की निकटतम
devotees
सेवा
of Shabar class
और
used to
कथा आप सब
perform
जानते हैं,
the
जगन्नाथ जी को
nearest
करने वाले
service towards the
जगन्नाथपुरी
Lord.
के राजा
And
महाराज इंद्रधुम्न,
the king Indradhuman
और उनकी
manifested
इच्छा
Lord
थी कि मुझे
Jagannath
इन्हीं
in
आंखों से
Satyuga.
भगवान
And
को
he
देखना है।
had a desire to see the
वो
Lord
अपने मित्र
himself
मंत्री
with
को
his
भेजे
own eyes. He
और उनका
sent
नित्य
his
विचरण करते करते
minister,
नीलाद्री पर्वत की तलहटी में
and
पहुंचा और वहां पर
the
एक
minister
शबर
went to
देखी
Niladri
और
mountain,
वो
and
जो उस नीलाद्री
there
पर्वत पर
a
जाकर
Shabar
और भगवान नील
was
माधव के
serving
दर्शन करके
the
उनको
Lord
पता
Neel
चला अपनी
Madhav,
बेटी से विवाह कर लिया
and he
और
realized
एक
that,
दिन
and he
ससुर जी के
married
साथ
his
वे भी
daughter,
नील माधव
and
के
he
दर्शन
went
किए। कथा आप सब जानते हैं, मैं याद
to
नहीं करूंगा।
see Neel Madhav. You
और फिर
all
पता लगा लिया
already
कि
know,
स्वयं भगवान
but I'm
नीलाद्री
just
पर्वत पर
telling
है।
in short.
वे गए अवंतिकापुरी और
So he
महाराज
went back
इंद्रधुम्न
to
उन सबको
Vantikapuri
लेकर आए।
and bought
लेकिन जब आए
Indradhuman and his
तो भगवान
people.
नील माधव वहां पर नहीं थे।
But by the time
तब
they reached,
आकाशवाणी हुई,
Neel
चिंता
Madhav
मत करो,
had unmanifested,
ब्रह्मा
and
के
there was
50 वर्ष बीत
a
चुके हैं।
sound vibration
ब्रह्मा
that
के 50 वर्ष तक भगवान श्री कृष्ण
Brahmaji's
नीलाद्री पर्वत पर नील माधव के
50-year-old
रूप में
had
रहते हैं।
passed, and
और
he
फिर
had
ब्रह्मा जी
resided
के 50 वर्ष के
here
बाद
for 50 years of Brahma.
दूसरे
But
50 वर्ष,
now
ब्रह्मा जी की उम्र 100 साल
the
की है,
next
तो
50
दिन
years of
रात दूसरे
Brahmaji,
50 साल तक ब्रह्मा जी के उस 50 वर्ष में वही भगवान नील माधव कृष्ण
the
जगन्नाथ जी
same
के
Neel
रूप में
Madhav
विराजते हैं नीलाद्री पर्वत पर।
Shri Krishna will
तो
reside as
महाराज
Jagannath.
मंदिर का निर्माण कीजिए और
So
बहुत जल्द
please
भगवान जगन्नाथ यहाँ पर
make a
आएंगे।
temple. And
अब शबर जाति के
very
जो राजा थे वो तो बेचारे हाथ में से भगवान
soon
भी निकल
he
गए,
will
सीता
reside.
जी के, वो तो रोने
And the
लगे।
Shabar
भगवान
Jati
तुम्हारी
was
कोई चिंता नहीं,
crying because he was
जगन्नाथपुरी के
getting
जो
relieved
राजा
of
हैं
his duty
उनमें
towards the
सेवा
Lord.
तुम करोगे।
He said that
सो शबर
the
जाति के
Lord
लोग
says that
उनके
don't
मंदिर की
worry
सेवा करते थे।
because
सतयुग की ये बात है।
you and your family will
और
perform
भगवान
the
नील
devotional
माधव को
service in
देखते ही
Jagannath as
भगवान
well.
जाति पाति नहीं देखते, वो सब
And the
प्रेम
Lord
से
doesn't
चलता है।
sees the birth class
भगवान का
or
प्रेम
which strata
देखता
the
है
person belongs.
कि
The
मुझसे
Lord
प्रेम कौन
only
करता है।
sees the
तो
emotions
भगवान
and
उन
love
शबर जाति के भक्तों से बहुत प्रेम करते थे।
of any individual. So
और उस समय सतयुग में
in
एक
Satyuga
बहुत
at
बड़ा
that
यवन,
time,
आप सब जानते हैं हमारे
uh,
देश पर यवनों का बहुत अत्याचार हुआ।
we all are aware that
उस
our
समय
society was
सतयुग नाम
attacked by
का
so
यवन
many Muslim
उड़ीसा शहर
invaders,
में, पूरे उड़ीसा में आक्रमण
and
करने लगा।
one
इसमें क्या
Muslim
था?
invader was attacking
और उस
Orissa
यवन का
and
नाम था
Jagannath
रक्तबाहु।
Puri,
क्या नाम
and
था?
his name was Raktbahu.
रक्तबाहु। सो रक्तबाहु नाम का यवन उड़ीसा पर आक्रमण किया, अनेकों मंदिरों को तोड़ा, साधु
And he
संतों को
was
परेशान
attacking
करने लगा,
all the temples and
भक्तों को
troubling the
बंदी करने
sages
लगा,
and saints.
मंदिरों को खंडित करने लगा।
He started
और इस
destroying the
समय
temples
शबर पुजारी ने भगवान से
and
प्रार्थना
all
की
these Shabbers prayed to the Lord that they are killing our civilization and our Vedic culture. So Lord told that don't worry,
मुझे यहाँ से उठाकर बंगाल में लेकर जाओ,
you pick me
नवद्वीप में
from
मेरी
here and
प्रतिष्ठा करो
transfer me
और वहीं पर तुम रहो
to
और मुझे भी रखो और मेरी सेवा करो।
Bengal in Navdvip
तो
and you stay
सारे
there
शबर
and serve me there.
भक्त
So
गण
all these Shabbers,
पुजारी पंडित
devotee
भगवान
of
को
the
लेकर
Lord, who were
बंगाल
the
में आए
fun
और
Brahmanas
यहाँ रहे
are
पूरे
performing the devotional service towards the
सालों तक
Lord,
वे यहाँ रहे,
they
भगवान की सेवा पूजा की
shifted here and they
और
started
उसमें
serving the
ही
Lord there for
अचानक
quite a few
ये
years.
सारे शबर
And
और स्वयं भगवान यहाँ से अचानक अदृश्य हो गए, बिल्कुल
one
गायब हो
day,
गए।
they all,
ये
along with the
कहने का
Lord,
मतलब
became
कि ये
unmanifested.
सबको भगवान ने अपने धाम में भेज दिया
So I
और
think
सब
that they
अपने
all
जगन्नाथपुरी चले
reached
गए।
the eternal abode of the Lord.
तो यहाँ पर उड़ीसा से भगवान और भक्त आए थे और कई वर्ष तक रहे थे, इसलिए इस स्थान का नाम
So because the devotees have stayed here
शबर लोगों का
with the
है। ये
Lord
स्थान आज
for
भी
quite a few years,
सीमंत
that is
द्वीप
why
में
this place
उपस्थित
is
है।
called Shabar Danga in Simantadweep.
तत्पश्चात और एक स्थान यहाँ पर है,
Then there is another
आप
site here.
देख सकते हैं,
If you see in the map in
ये
front
हमारा
of your
नवद्वीप
screen,
है, 9 आइलैंड है
so this is how
और इस
Navdweep looks.
नवद्वीप में
It
हम
has
लोग
9 islands.
ये जो सीमंत द्वीप है यहाँ पर विचरण
And
कर रहे हैं
if you see this Simantadweep
और
where
इस
we are
सीमंत द्वीप में अगर आप
circumambulating,
डायरेक्शन के अनुसार देखो तो ये चांद काजी समाधि कल हमने दर्शन किया,
so we yesterday visited
और यहीं पर
Chandkazi
आप देख
Samadhi
सकते हैं जगन्नाथ टेम्पल,
and Jagannath Temple.
तो यहीं पर चांद काजी समाधि, जगन्नाथ टेम्पल और वहां से थोड़ा सा ऊपर
And if we go a little upper,
यह
there
स्थान
is a place Shabardanga, the place we discussed.
और उससे थोड़े से आगे चलेंगे तो वहां पर
And
और एक
if we
स्थान
go a
पड़ता
little
है
further,
जिसका
there
नाम
is
है
another place
मई मारी।
which is called Mai Mari.
मई मारी यह स्थान भी, ये मई मारी नाम का स्थान भी
This place named Mai Mari
सीमंत द्वीप में जलांगी नदी के तट
is
पर
on the
दक्षिण
banks of
पश्चिम की
Jalangi
ओर स्थित है।
River in Samantadweep
भक्तों हम लोग ये
towards
यात्रा बहुत
the
बार किए हैं,
south.
जब मैं बोलता हूँ तो मेरी
We
आंखों के सामने ये सब आता है।
we have circumambulated
यहीं से आगे
these
जाएंगे
places so many times.
तो जैसे हमने
So
ये
it comes in
यात्रा
front of my
तैयार
eyes
की,
when I speak about them.
जगन्नाथ टेम्पल से ऊपर जाएंगे तो यह
So if we
स्थान
go
आएगा।
above Jagannath
तो अच्छा,
temple, then
इसमें
this
मई
place
मारी
will
क्यों
come.
कहते हैं, यहाँ की क्या
And
महिमा है?
why it is called Maimari
मई
and
मारी
what are
में
the
क्या हो
glories of
सकता है?
this
जब
place?
महाभारत का जब युद्ध हुआ
So the glories are like this, that
तब बलराम
when
जी ने तय
battle of
किया कि
Mahabharat was
भाई
fought,
ये भाइयों में
and
युद्ध
Balram ji
होगा,
said that
परिवारों में
this
युद्ध
is a
होगा,
fight between
इसलिए
brothers
मैं
and
इस युद्ध में
within the
भाग नहीं
family.
लूंगा।
That is why I don't want to
और जैसे
participate
कि
in
यहाँ
such a
दुर्योधन मेरा
warfare.
चेला है, यहाँ
And here
पांडव है,
Duryodhana
इन
is
लोगों
my
के बीच में
disciple,
डुप्लीकेशन हो
and
जाएगा, इसलिए
Pandava
मुझे
is
छोड़ दो।
also
तो कृष्ण ने
our
कहा आप
family
बलराम जी
member,
आप
so
क्या करोगे
I
बोले
don't
मैं
want to
तीर्थयात्रा
intervene.
करूंगा, मैं यात्रा
So
करूंगा।
Balramji said,
तो बलराम
Krishna
जी
asked that,
यात्रा
what will
करने
you do? So
निकले।
he said that I will
अब
go
ये तो आप सब
to
जानते
visit
हैं
all
कि
the holy
बलराम जी
places.
यात्रा करते करते नैमिषारण्य गए,
Uh,
वहां
And we all are aware
महिषासुर का
that
वध किया। उस
Balramji
यात्रा
went
के
to
क्रम में
Naimisharanya
श्री
and killed
बलराम जी
Romharshan.
मायापुर आए, नवद्वीप में आए थे
And then he came
और
to
बलराम
Navdweep.
जी इस सीमंत द्वीप में पहुंचे।
And he reached
उस समय
Simantadweep.
यहाँ के लोग बड़े परेशान थे।
And at that time,
बलराम जी
people
यहाँ
were
पर विश्राम कर
distressed.
रहे थे और
And
ऐसे लोग
Balramji
जब
was resting
बलराम जी के
here.
पास आए
The
और
people of this
निवेदन करने
village
लगे, महाराज
came to him
हम लोग यहाँ पर
and
एक असुर से
requested him
परेशान हैं
that
और
we
उस
are
राक्षस का नाम
distressed
है
by a demon
मयासुर,
here, and his name is
तो कृपया
Mayasur.
करके आप इस मयासुर से हमारी
So
रक्षा
if you
कीजिए,
please
निर्भय कीजिए।
relieve us of this demon,
ये
that would
कहाँ
be
है?
great.
इन गांव वालों ने उसे
So
शुरू में
Balramji
पुकारा,
asked that where is
बलराम जी
he?
दौड़े, मयासुर आगे बढ़ा,
Balramji ran
जैसे तैसे बलराम जी ने
and
उस
he
मयासुर को पकड़ा
started chasing Mayasur
और यहाँ पर आज भी वो स्थान है कि
and
उस
he
खेत
catched
के
him.
बीचों बीच
So
मयासुर और
today, till day, there is a field where they fought, and finally Mayasur was killed by Lord Balram, because Balramji killed Mayasur here. That is why this place is called May Mari. May, the demon, and Mari, to kill. Shivji tells Parvati ji that this place, May Mari, is equivalent to Talwan in of Braj Mandal. There he killed Dhenukasur in Talwan, and here in Maimari he killed Mayasur. Then there is another beautiful place here, that is Bilvapukur. So this place is equivalent to Belvan of Braja, and it is not different from Belvan. It is said previously it was called Bilvapaksha. And when Lord Chaitanya manifested here, then to see him, to see him, Lord Devadidev Shivji manifested to see little Nimai. And as we all are aware that whether it's the pastime of Lord Ram or Lord Shri Krishna, whenever Lord manifests, that time Shivji manifests or comes to visit him. So when Lord Shri Krishna manifested and Shivji came anxious to see Lord Krishna, and Surdas ji has written it beautifully.
मुंडमाला शेष नाग लिपटायो, सिर पे गंगा भाल चंद्रमा घर घर अलख जगायो, अंग भभूति गले मुंडमाला शेष नाग लिपटायो, सिर पे गंगा भाल चंद्रमा घर घर अलख जगायो, नगर में जोगी आया भेद कोई समझन पाया, अजब है तेरी माया, सबसे बड़ा है तेरा नाम भोलेनाथ। ले भिक्षा निकली नंद रानी कंचन ताल धरायो, ले भिक्षा निकली नंद रानी कंचल ताल भरायो, ले भिक्षा जा जोगी यासन मेरो लाल डरायो, नगर में जोगी आया। देवी यशोदा जब शिवजी आए उनके घर पर,
when Shivji came to Yashoda Rani's home, she bought a gold plate filled with gems, and but Shivji replies beautifully,
दुनिया नाही कंचन माया, अपने लाला के दर्श करा दो मैं दर्शन को आया, ना चाहिए तेरी दौलत दुनिया ना ही कंचन माया, अपने लाला का दर्श करा दे मैं दर्शन को आया, ओ नगर में जोगी आया भेद कोई समझ न पाया, अजब है तेरी माया, सबसे बड़ा है तेरा नाम भोलेनाथ। तो इस प्रकार से जब कृष्ण का प्राकट्य हुआ, शिवजी दर्शन को
When Lord Shri Krishna manifested, Shivji came to see him. When Lord Ram manifested, that time also Lord Shiva came to see him. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested, that time also Shivji came to see Gaurang. But there was a little difference. When he visited Ramji or Krishna, Shivji returned back to Kailash. But at the when he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he thought that it is not worth to go back because there is no one most merciful than him, and such a merciful Lord will never manifest again because he has manifested with the mellows of Srimati Radharani. So there might be question that where did Shivji stayed if he stayed back? So if you see this tree, till date Shivji resides here and he meditates on the holy names of Lord Chaitanya, Gauranga, and the form in which Shivji resides here is called Panchu Vaktra Shiva, or the other name is Panchashish, that is five-headed Lord Shiva. And as it is a tree, it is also called Pancha Anand Tala. So at the root of this the tree, Shiva resides here in his five-headed form.
और निरंतर गौरांग महाप्रभु का नाम ले रहे हैं।
And he constantly chants the holy names of Lord Chaitanya. So this whole forest that you see is famous as Bilva Paksha. And here, under this tree, Shivji resides. And how was this place renamed as Bilva Paksha? As Shivji started residing here, so after some time, a few sages and saints, while roaming, they reached here. And when they realized that Shivji is residing here and chanting the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then those brahmanas for 15 days offered bale leaves and flowers to Lord Shiva. And you can see what kind of flowers and leaves are offered are these. So if you see the garland here, these flowers, they are from the bale flowers and the leaves are bale leaves. So these were offered to Lord Shiva by these sages for 15 days. They just offered them for 15 days because Lord Shiva is very merciful and he becomes satisfied very easily. And Lord Shiva manifested in just 15 days in front of the sages, and he said that you can ask whatever you desire. And Brahmanas said, although we are not aware that what we should ask because we are not intelligent enough, but according to your perspective, whoever is the greatest, please give them as us as boon. So he said that there is nothing beyond worshipping Lord Krishna in my perspective, and the best service or devotional service towards the Lord is to Lord Krishna. So usually what we do is that we work for a company or a boss, and we s- but when we serve Lord Krishna himself, then we are the servitor of the greatest person of the world, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
लेकिन कृष्ण की कंपनी में जो काम करता है, जो कृष्ण की सेवा करता है, वो कितना महान
A
माना जाता
person who
है। ये सिद्धांत शिव जी ने कहा
performs devotional
कि
service
मेरी
to the
दृष्टि
Lord,
से
how
कृष्ण की
great
सेवा
that
सबसे महान
servitor
है।
is. So that
तब
is
तो
what Lord
उन
Shiva
ऋषियों ने
is
जो है
saying, that
उन 15
in my
दिन जो
perspective,
सेवा की,
that
तो
is
उन
the
साधु
best
संतों ने कहा तो ठीक है शिव जी,
service to perform.
हमें कृष्ण की सेवा में
So
लगा
the
दीजिए,
sages said that, then
हमें तो
please
शिव जी से या शिव
give
जी
us
जैसे
or
जो वैष्णव
provide us
भक्त हैं
pure devotional
उनसे
service
यही
towards Lord
प्रार्थना
Shri
करनी
Krishna.
चाहिए कि
So
आप
whenever
हमें
we
भगवान की
get a
सेवा में
chance
लगाइए।
to
शिव जी ने कहा जितने
get
भी
blessings from senior
कुछ समय के
Vaishnavas,
पश्चात
then we should
स्वयं
ask
भगवान श्री
pure
कृष्ण
devotional service towards the Lord.
गौरांग महाप्रभु के रूप में
Lord
यहाँ
Shiva
पर
told them
प्रकट
that
होंगे
why
और उस
after a
समय
few
आप लोगों का यहाँ पर
years
जन्म होगा
Lord Chaitanya
और
Mahaprabhu
आप सब
will
लोग
manifest
चैतन्य महाप्रभु के
here,
समय उन लीला में बहुत
and
सुंदर सेवा
you
आदि
can
आनंद
take a birth there
प्राप्त
and you
करोगे।
can serve the Lord. You
सो
will
इस
get
प्रकार
beautiful service at
15
that
दिन
time.
तक बिल्व पत्र और फूल से सेवा
So
करने
by
के
just
कारण
offering
इस स्थान का नाम
15
हुआ बिल्व
days
पक्ष और शिव जी के
Bilva
द्वारा आशीर्वाद प्राप्त
to
हुआ।
Lord Shiva, this
मुझे तो
place was
आपको एक बात बतानी
named
है
as Bilva Paksh. So I
कि
want to add one
ये
more
तो
thing
हो गया,
here.
शिव जी ने दर्शन दे दिया, भविष्यवाणी कर दी, लेकिन उन उन सन्यासियों में से एक सन्यासी थे जिसका नाम था
So
निम्बादित्य।
one of the
एक ब्राह्मण
sages
का नाम था
or
निम्बादित्य
sannyasi's name was
और शिव जी ने
Nimbaditya.
उन्हें कहा कि इस गांव
When
के
Shivji
रोड में
told him,
बिल्व वृक्षों का
at
जंगल
the
है
end of
और वहां पर
this
चार कुमार ब्रह्मा
village,
जी के चार पुत्र सनक सनातन वो ध्यान में मग्न है,
there are the Bilva forest, and
यदि तुम उनके
there
पास जाओगे
the
तो उनकी
four
कृपा से तुम्हें ज्ञान
Kumaras,
मिलेगा,
the Sanaksanandan,
वो तुम्हारे
etc. of
गुरु होंगे
Brahmaji are
और उससे
meditating there.
तुम्हें बहुत
And if
सी
you go
भक्ति
and meet them,
संपदा
then you
प्राप्त
can,
होगी।
they will make
तो उनमें से एक जो
you
थे
his disciple,
निम्बादित्य,
and you will get liberation.
शिव जी के
So one
कहने
of
के
the
अनुसार
sages, that is
बिल्व वृक्षों के
Nimbaditya,
घोर
on
वन में
behest
चले
of
गए
Shivji,
और वहां
they
जाकर
went to
उन्होंने
the deep
देखा
forest
कि बहुत
of
सुंदर
Bilva
ब्रह्मा जी के
Paksha,
चार पुत्र सनक
and there
सनातन
they saw
ये चारों वहां
the
पर ध्यान कर
Sanat
रहे हैं
Kumaras who were meditating
और
there.
एक्चुअली वे ध्यान में बैठे थे ये चारों और निम्बादित्य उनको पुकार
So
रहे
these
थे।
four were meditating,
तो
and
निम्बादित्य कह रहे
Nimbaditya
जैसे इन
was
चारों का
calling
ध्यान
or
भगवान,
addressing them.
निम्बादित्य
So
वहां पहुंचे, उन्होंने प्रणाम किया
their meditation or trance
और
were
इन चारों
disturbed
ने
by his
निम्बादित्य का
voice,
आलिंगन किया
and he bowed down at the lotus feet,
और इन चारों ने
and
कहा
they embraced
कि भगवान ने
him. And
चार
these
लोगों
four
को
said,
भक्ति का प्रचार करने के लिए इस कलयुग में भेजा है
the Lord has appointed four
और उन
people
चार लोगों को जो भेजा
to
है उन
preach the
चार
holy
में
names of
से
the Lord,
एक आप हो।
and
निम्बादित्य
out
बोले
of
इन
those
चार में
four,
से एक आप
you
हो।
are one of
निम्बादित्य ने
them.
कहा कि मैं कैसे भक्ति का प्रचार
Nimbaditya
करूं,
said that,
धर्म का
how
प्रचार
can
करूं,
I
मेरी
become
तो
a
दीक्षा भी नहीं
preacher
हुई।
of religion because I have
तो
not been
ब्रह्मा जी
even
के इन चार
initiated?
पुत्र सनत कुमारों ने
So
कहा कि आज से हम
Brahmaji's
तुम्हारी दीक्षा करते हैं,
sons,
हम तुम्हारे
Kumar
शिष्य हैं।
Putra,
तो एक
said that
एक
we
ब्राह्मण का
will
नाम था
make
निम्बादित्य,
you our
लेकिन इन
disciple.
चार कुमारों ने इनको दीक्षा दी और नाम हो गया निम्बाकाचार्य।
And
ये जिनको
thus he was
निम्बाकाचार्य
renamed
कहते हैं,
as
ये
Nimbakacharya.
निम्बाकाचार्य बन गए और निम्बाकाचार्य को कहा कि तुम कृष्ण भक्ति का प्रचार करो।
And they told him to
निम्बाकाचार्य ने कहा
preach
कि
the
जब
holy
इतने
names of
चार
the Lord.
लोगों को भगवान ने भक्ति का प्रचार करने भेजा है, एक तो मैं हो गया आपकी कृपा से,
So
बाकी
he
के
said that,
तीन कौन?
who are the other three?
तब इन्होंने कहा कि बाकी के
Then they
तीन
said that
रामानुजाचार्य,
are
मध्वाचार्य और विष्णु स्वामी
Ramanujacharya,
वही
Madhavacharya,
तुम
and Vishnu
भक्ति का
Swami.
प्रचार करेंगे।
And they
इस
will
प्रकार से चार कुमारों से
preach
वंश
the holy
प्रचुर
names
हुआ,
of
तो
the Lord.
इसलिए इसे कुमार संप्रदाय कहते हैं। ये
So
निम्बाकाचार्य से जो
this is
संप्रदाय
why
जुड़ा,
this is
ये
the
कुमार
Kumara
संप्रदाय क्योंकि ये
Sampradaya,
कुमारों ने उनको दीक्षा दी थी,
because the
ज्ञानदान
Kumaras
किया था,
made
और इन कुमारों से ये
them
संप्रदाय शुरू हुआ,
him his
निम्बाकाचार्य
their
कहलाया।
disciples.
तो ये
and they gave him transcendental knowledge.
निम्बाकाचार्य
It
इनसे
is why
ज्ञान
Nimbakacharya
दीक्षा ग्रहण
is
किए
in the disciplic
और फिर
succession
उस स्थान
of
पर भक्ति करना
Sanat
आरंभ
Kumaras.
किए। सर्वप्रथम इन्होंने चैतन्य महाप्रभु गौर
So
का जाप
they
किया।
started pure devotional service towards the Lord. He started chanting the holy names of Gauranga Mahaprabhu.
और गौरांग महाप्रभु की कृपा से
And by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
तत्व उनके सामने प्रकट हो गया।
he could
कुछ इस प्रकार से आप देख सकते हैं
he could it,
ये स्वरूप
the mellows of Radha and Krishna manifested in him.
और राधा और कृष्ण का दर्शन और किस प्रकार से राधा और कृष्ण एक हो जाते हैं और उससे चैतन्य
And how they unite and make into one and turn into Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was
मिलित स्वरूप श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु
shown to Nimbakacharya ji.
निम्बाकाचार्य ने प्रथम बार ये रूप देखा, पूछा
And when he saw it for the first time, he said, "What is this form?" And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that I will manifest in this form.
मुझे भी आपके लीला
And then
में भाग लेना है।
he said that even I want to participate in your pastimes. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that
के रूप में
you will manifest as Nimbakacharya and you will preach the Lord as you were ordered by your bona fide spiritual master Kumaras.
स्वरूप तुम
But
अपने
your
एक अंश से
one
कश्मीर में जन्म
form, you will be born as Kashmir and your name will be Keshav
विद्वान होंगे
and you will be very wise,
बंगाल में आओगे
and
और उस समय तुम्हारा और मेरा
after
मिलन
defeating others you will come to Bengal and that time we will meet and then you will attach yourself to
संप्रदाय का प्रचार
our
और क्योंकि तुम्हारी इच्छा है कि इस
association
गौरांग लीला में
and
भाग लेने की
so you should preach as Nimbakacharya, but as it's your desire so you will get another form as well as Keshav Kashmiri.
संप्रदाय का प्रचार करो और यह भक्ति संसार और समाज में सबको सिखाओ। सो इस प्रकार से श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने निम्बाकाचार्य को दर्शन दिया था।
So this way Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested in front of Nimbakacharya. So the second last place in this Simant Dweep is Madan Gopal Temple.
श्री मदन गोपाल ये मंदिर बेलपुकुर स्थान के अंतर्गत
So this temple is in Belkupur Sthan.
प्रभु की माता का नाम है शची माता।
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother is Shachi Mata and Shachi Mata's father is Nilambar Chakravarti.
पहले कहीं दूर रहते थे।
So initially he used to stay someplace different afar, but later he shifted to this place, Belpukul, and he had the deities of Madan Gopal and he brought them with him. And in 1475 till 1990, Nilambar Chakravarti moved here, the place that you see, with his wife and daughter Shachi Mata, and they started residing here. Initially, this village was very near to Gangaji, but now somehow it is far from Gangaji. So here is a beautiful sight of Madan Gopalji.
पहले ये गंगा के बिल्कुल निकट हुआ करता था, परंतु पहाड़ के कारण ये आज गंगा से 6 किलोमीटर दूर हो चुका है।
So now this place is 6 kilometers away from the shores of Ganges. So Govind TV is taking us directly to the temple for the darshan. So this is Shachi Mata, mother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the next Mataji is the grandmother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this deity is established by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grandfather, maternal grandfather himself. If we go a little far, then there is a place called Ram Tirth, which in the government papers it is called Rukumpur, but we call it as Ram Tirth. When Balramji was performing visit to holy places, and here he killed a demon called Kolasur. And with the members of Yadu, he took a dip in the holy water of Ganges. So, three pastimes are important here. First, the killing of demon by Balram, and the second is in Treta Yuga, Lord Ram, when was in exile, he also came to this place while in exile, and that is why this place is called Ram Tirth. And the third, Nityanand Prabhu, after marrying, for quite a few time, he stayed here at this place. It is mentioned, if someone at this place takes a dip in Kartik Purnima, then he gets the benefit of taking the dip in the holy dip in Vrindavan. So the next place here is Meghir Char. So what happened once, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going from this place. So when the Sankirtan is in a high pitch and people were enjoying just about to reach ecstasy, and at that time there were clouds in the sky and it was about to rain, and all the devotees became nervous. We were thinking that we will enjoy ecstasy of Kirtan, but now it seems that it might rain. All the devotees were worried that now our Kirtana will come to stop or pause. And you can see what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. He took his cloth and he waved at the clouds. So the devotees saw that clouds were plunging with water, and when they saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was waving the cloth and all the clouds disappeared, and as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu removed these clouds, that is why this place is called Meghachar. And it is not astonishing to do something like this, because when he came as Kapil Dev, what did he said? That because of my fear, this air flows and the sun becomes hot. Even Lord Indra gives rain because of my fear. And because of my fear, the death manifests or kills. So by just movement of my eyes, all these earth, water, everything works. And this was all proved in the pastime of Jarasandh as well. There also he removed the clouds. In Kurukshetra, by Lord Krishna to kill Jayadratha, and the second was removed by Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to remove the obstacle in the lives of devotees. So this is the last sighting here in Simantadweep. So it means that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants that there should not be any obstacle in the Sankirtana by the devotees. Now that all the devotees are gathered here and they are waiting that now Sankirtana will start, there should not be any obstacle. So immediately we should start Sankirtana. So let's try to fulfill desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by doing Sankirtana.
Navana Kishore Jaya Gopi Chit Chora Prabhu Jaya Jaya Makhan Chore Jaya Jaya Makhan Chore श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, श्री गौर पूर्णिमा महामहोत्सव की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। उपस्थित
Hare Krishna. I welcome you all, the devotees who have gathered here. I especially welcome the senior devotees of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness who have decorated this assembly, and all the listeners and devotees who have gathered here through the medium of Facebook, YouTube, etc., and are listening to the Bhagvatam Katha. And I would heartily welcome, in particular, the organizers of for the fourth day of this Katha and Yatra, which has been offered by the residents of Mumbai, the Setha family. I would like to thank you, Dhansukh Bhai, Chetna Mata, Bhavin Prabhu, Nishita Mata, and Fiona.
चैतन्य इन्फोटेक केम चाले छे बापा? इन्होंने हमसे अपनी कंपनी का नाम मांगा था।
They named the company on my behest. So people ask that, how do you work, preach, and so all these devotees who have their own companies is my company. So I don't need to worry. Everything belongs to Krishna.
लेकिन हाँ, मुझे एक चीज बहुत अच्छी लगती है। ये तो ठीक है, कंपनियां चलती हैं, कामकाज हो रहा है, लेकिन खास करके जो भाविन जी है ना, ये भविष्य
in particular Bhavin Prabhu, he is going to be
बहुत जल्द
a
आने वाला है,
preacher
आप
or
लोगों के बीच में, भाविन सेता। कारण कि हूँ रोज जो કેટલું લખે, मैं जितना बोलता हूँ सब लिखते ही
I see that daily he writes so much. Whatever I say, he's writing constantly. He might have filled so many books, And a person who is writing so much will definitely speak one day. It is my own experience as well that when we listen something and if you write that at that point of time, then you remember 60% of the same. Otherwise, if you don't write, then
ये मुंबई से है ना, तो महाराष्ट्र भाषा चलती है मुंबई में, इकडून टिकडून जाला यहाँ से जाता है, यहाँ
so
से निकल जाता है,
otherwise it will just come
तो
from one ear and
बोलने वाला
will
जो है
pass from the other.
वो याद
But a
रहता है,
person who
वो
writes
हो जाता है।
remembers or memorizes
सो
it.
धन्यवाद
So thank you so
इस
much
चतुर्थ दिवस की यात्रा में
for
आप
organizing the
सबका
fourth
स्वागत
day
एवं
of Yatra, and
आप
I welcome you all.
सर्वविघ्नोदय
And
हम
our humble obeisances at your lotus feet.
राधे श्याम।
Radhe Shyam.
मनुष्य जीवन के चार पुरुषार्थ माने गए हैं
So there are four responsibilities
और वे मनुष्य
in
जीवन
the
के
human
चार
form of
पुरुषार्थ
body,
आप सब लोग जानते हैं,
and we
धर्म,
all are aware.
अर्थ,
Dharma, that is
काम और
righteousness,
मोक्ष।
Arth, that is economics,
मनुष्य जीवन के ये चार
Kam,
पुरुषार्थ,
that is
लेकिन
increasing your
ये चार पुरुषार्थ
offsprings, and the
मनुष्य
fourth,
के लिए
liberation.
या
But
धार्मिक
all these
लोगों के लिए
four
ठीक है कि भाई धर्म, अर्थ, काम, मोक्ष,
goals are
लेकिन हम भक्तों के
okay
लिए, हम
for
वैष्णवों के लिए,
ordinary human beings. But what about
मनुष्य के लिए वो
the
चार
goals
पुरुषार्थ
for
वेद
a
व्यास मुनि ने कह
Vaishnava or
दिए,
a
धर्म,
devotee of
अर्थ,
the Lord?
काम, मोक्ष,
So these four are
लेकिन
mentioned
हम
by
लोग
Vedvyas Muni for
मनुष्य तो
common
है, लेकिन
people.
प्लस
So we are
मनुष्य के साथ
humans,
साथ हम
but
वैष्णव है,
we
हम
are
हम हम
Vaishnavas
भक्त
as
है,
well.
हम भगवान
We are
के हैं,
devotees. So
तो
we belong
हमारे
to
पुरुषार्थ
Krishna.
कुछ अलग या कुछ ऊंचे होने चाहिए।
So our goals should be higher than that as well.
तो श्रीपाद रामानुजाचार्य,
So Sripad Ramanujacharya,
ये जो चार संप्रदाय की बातें चल रही है,
that we were
उनमें से
talking about the four
रामानुजाचार्य,
sampradayas or
उन्होंने
religious
वैष्णवों
sect.
के लिए, भक्तों के लिए चार पुरुषार्थ निवेदन किए जो आपके
So
सामने
he presented these four goals for Vaishnavas
श्री
in front of your screen.
नाम रूप गुण लीला धाम परात् पर एतच्चतुष्टय नित्यम् एतच्चतुष्टय नित्यम् सच्चिदानंद विग्रह सच्चिदानंद विग्रह। श्रीपाद रामानुजाचार्य कहते हैं
Sripad Ramanujacharya
कि
says
भक्तों के लिए,
that for
वैष्णवों
devotees
के लिए
or Vaishnavas,
एतत् चतुष्टय, ये चार पुरुषार्थ
these
जो है वो
four
कौन से हैं?
are
श्री
the goals.
रामस्य,
The
भगवान
first is
रामचंद्र के या कृष्ण
Ramasya.
के या विष्णु के
So,
नाम, रूप,
r-
गुण और लीला।
we should know
नाम,
the
रूप, गुण और लीला,
name,
ये
form,
चार
and pastimes
एतत्
of Lord Ram, Krishna, or Vishnu.
हम वैष्णव के लिए माने
And
गए हैं।
these are the
क्योंकि
goal
ये
for
चार
us.
चीज जो है,
So these four
सच्चिदानंद
things,
विग्रह,
that
ये
is,
साक्षात
that denotes
सच्चिदानंद
Satchit
भगवान का
Anand,
विग्रह है।
Vigrah of
अब
the
मैं
Lord.
आपको एक पॉइंट कहूं इस
So
श्लोक
if
में,
I
दूसरी लाइन में
say
कहा
one more
एतत्
point here,
चतुष्टय नित्यम,
in the second line it is mentioned,
एतत्
Etat
चतुष्टय
Chatushtas
चार चीज है,
Chatushtaya
लेकिन
Nityam.
ऊपर की लाइन में पांच चीज है।
But in the
आप गोटो थयो,
top line
मैं भी
it
थोड़ा
is,
कंफ्यूज हो गया।
there are 5 things.
ऐसा
Even I got confused.
एतत् चतुष्टय, ये चार पुरुषार्थ, ये चार चीज, लेकिन ऊपर तो नाम, रूप, गुण और लीला। तो और पांचवा है धाम, धाम। सो
The
नाम,
fifth is Dham
लीला और धाम,
or the holy abode.
इसका अर्थ यह है
So what does it mean?
भगवान के नाम
means that the
दोनों एक माना गया।
name and
भगवान
the
के
form of
कई
the
सारे
Lord,
नाम उनके गुणों से
oh,
प्रकट होते
not
हैं।
form, the quality.
भगवान के कई
So
सारे
Naam
नाम
means
उनके रूप से
name
प्रकट होते हैं।
and
भगवान
Guna
के कई
means
सारे नाम
quality.
उनकी लीला से प्रकट होते हैं और भगवान के नाम उनके धाम से प्रकट होते हैं। सो ये नाम जो है वो चारों में लगेगा।
So this Naam is common for all because according to his form, the names can be denoted, and according to his pastimes also his names manifest. And similarly, the name can also note from the abode of the Lord. So that is why it can be considered that name is common for all these four. And they are non-different. But if we don't concentrate on these numbers, then how a person gets entangled in this material world, in a person or thing, then how do they get entangled? Either by others' name or just to increase their fame. And second, sometimes a person get entangled in the beauty of someone and they get blinded by the same.
अपना नाम बनाने में, नाम बढ़ाने में एक, या आदमी फंसा है अपना रूप संवारने में या किसी और के रूप में फंसा है,
or to beautify themselves. And if we move further, the third is people are entangled by the qualities of other person, how they discuss about the qualities of heroes or cricketers, etc. Then there are people who are entangled in the Leela, that is the media, movie, etc. And Dha means Than. People are entangled that we will go to the hill station or we'll visit this place or that. I just want to add here, have you have you gone up using the stairs if the lift is not working? So the stairs are same for going up or for going down. So because of those values or reasons that we got entangled in this material world, same things will relieve us from the same things. If we are entangled in name, then if we take the holy names of the Lord, then we will get absolved from this material entanglement. Similarly, if we manifest or if we concentrate on the holy form of the Lord, then we will be relieved. And a person was going and he was seeing that his wife every day, and he said that until unless I see someone more beautiful, I will not. But gradually he saw the Mohini form of the Lord, he became a devotee of the Lord and left his wife. So similarly, the qualities of the Lord or the pastimes of the Lord, if we make the goal to work on these 5 goals, and if we take the shelter of the name, form, qualities, and pastimes and abode of the Lord, then we will get freed from this entanglement of material world. But the highest of them is the name of the Lord, Ramasya Nama. The glories of the holy names are huge. In the this Kali Yuga, the age of Korean hypocrisy, the Lord has manifested in the form of His holy names. And today, the dweep where we are, or the island where we are, is Godrum Dweep.
भगवान के नाम का माने दूसरी भक्ति जो है श्रवणम कीर्तनम कीर्तन
And
भक्ति को प्रतिपादित करता है.
it denotes the Kirtana limb of Bhakti.
कलर है अंतरद्वीप.
So we have traveled Antardweep and then we covered Simantadweep. This one, as you can see on the screen. And now, after Simantadweep and crossing the Ganga river, we have reached Godrum Dweep or island.
आज हम ये सारे दर्शन करेंगे और ये सारी जगह है नवदीप मंडल धाम में. ये
And these all are in Navdweep Mandal.
से हम इस गोद्रुम द्वीप में आज परिक्रमा करने वाले हैं. तो ये जो गोद्रुम द्वीप है,
so this Godrum Dweep
को प्रतिपादित करता है.
denotes the Kirtana or chanting the holy names of the Lord. And we can get relieved of so many of our misdeeds and behavior. So let's see why it was named Godrum Dweep. There are two pastimes behind it, and they both are attached or related to Shrimad Bhagavatam, although they are mentioned in other Puranas as well. But these two are from Shrimad Bhagavatam. According to government paper, it is called Gadi Gracha Gam, but according to our Vedic injunctions and Shastras, it is Godrum Dweepa. So in Shrimad Bhagavatam, when Lord Shri Krishna was 7 years old, and he had a beautiful pastime, although all his pastimes are beautiful, but this was little different. In each pastime, he used to enjoy one kind of mellow. For stealing the butter, he was enjoying the mellow of Vatsalya or parenthood, parental love. With gopis, he enjoyed the mellows of Madhurya, and with Gopas, friendship. But this pastime is the one in which he enjoyed all these mellows together. And which Leela is that? That is Govardhan Dharan Leela. So this Godrum Dweep is connected to Giriraj, Leela of the Lord. So Krishna is almost 7 years old, and on every Diwali, the Brijvasis pray to Lord Indra. Krishna was little inquisitive, and he saw that everybody is busy in their own work. He asked Yashoda Mai and Nand Baba, but nobody is answering him. And he just holded the hand of Nand Baba and said that, please tell me, what are these arrangements? Nand Baba said that it is our ritual according to our clan that on every Diwali we pray to Lord Indra. So he asked it, why do we pray Lord Indra? The kids always are inquisitive. I have two, so half day is passed in answering their questions. One time it happened, father and son were going, and there was a crematorium. They were taking the body of someone, and the child asked, what is this? So the father said that keep quiet, somebody is dead. So they said that if he's dead, then what are they saying? He said that when someone is dead, they say that Ram Nam Satya hai. So the person who is sleeping there, why he's not speaking? He said because he's dead, he cannot speak. So because you also don't say Nam, so are you also dead? Pit- Pitaji got enlightened by his own chant. Sometimes kids also speak big things or wise things. So he said that what is the need of worshipping Lord Indra? He said that Nanda Baba replied that we are dependent on cows, and the the cows are dependent on grass, and grass comes from rains, and rain comes by mercy of Lord Indra. Krishna said that this is not necessary because the coming of rain, loss, profit, etc., all depend on our deeds. And if it is destined, then it will happen. So Krishna says that Indra is not giving anything from his own, because if we have a bank account and if we have money in our account, then the cashier have to give money to us because we have a balance there. And if it is destined in our karma or deeds, then he has to rain. Do we venerate the cashier to get money, that please give us our money back, because it is our money? So it is not necessary. Nand Baba said that what are you talking? Since so many years we have been doing it. He said that if it is your nature to worship, then you should do this veneration of Govardhan, because he is the one who should be worshipped, because he gives us even more than our deeds or karma. Indra gives only what is destined in our deed, but Govardhan can give more than that, even beyond our karma. So Lord Krishna himself says that we should take the shelter of Govardhan. So all the Brijvasis gathered. The pastime is long, but I will conclude in short. So he said that how we are going to worship him. He said that leave Indra aside and let's go to Govardhan and offer this food to Giriraj Govardhan. And they offered a huge annakut, and he was offered this bhoga, and they circumambulated Giriraj Govardhan, and everybody slept tight. But the second day, when Indra realized this, that on behest of a 7-year-old child, pe- these people have not worshipped me, but Govardhan, a stone. So he got distressed and angry, and he sent Samantak cloud or thunderstorm. He said that just disturb Braj, that nobody should be able to live, and he gave the authority to kill them all. Braj was droning in Samartak thunderstorm, and they all took shelter of Lord Shri Krishna, and Krishna said that you need not to worry. You take all your belongings and cattle and and gather at the foothills of Govardhana. So Shukdev Goswami writes that as kids pluck the mushrooms from the ground, similarly Lord Shri Krishna took the Govardhan hill in his hand and hold it in the smallest finger.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So it seems that some technical error. Yes. So by the time Prabhuji comes back, or the things get, हम बहुत दिनों से गौ माता के दर्शन नहीं किए हैं, तो कुछ दर्शन कर लेते हैं, then we move forward. तो आइए, अधिक दिन हो गए हैं हमने गौ माता के दर्शन नहीं किए हैं, तो उनके दर्शन कर लेते हैं और उसके पश्चात हम पुनः इस यात्रा को कंटिन्यू करेंगे. तो क्योंकि यात्रा कर रहे हैं ना, तो यात्रा में बहुत सारे जैसे हम इफ वी आर पासिंग थ्रू द वंस, बहुत सारी चीजें आते हैं, गौ माता भी आते हैं और पशु पक्षी भी आते हैं, उनके भी दर्शन करते हैं, बहुत सारे वैष्णव भी आते हैं. तो without wasting time, we all right. So I guess things are restored right now, or request. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. एक्चुअली प्रभु जी ने इतनी जोर से गिरिराज महाराज की जय बुलाई ना, तो ऐसा लगता है भगवान ने सिस्टम पूरा हिला दिया, मतलब. तो okay. So we'll just have a look our Gomata's darshan, and then we'll get back to yatra again. All right. So yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So काफी दिनों से दर्शन नहीं किए थे, और काफी दिनों के बाद बहुत सारे वैष्णव ने इस दौरान गौ माता के लिए अपना सहयोग तथा सेवा की थी, which we could not recommend during this कथा. तो उन सभी भक्तों को स्पेशली, जैसे कल हमारे तेजस प्रभु की स्मरण में तथा हमारे शिल्पा माता जी के स्मरण में इन भक्तों ने सेवा की थी, तो बहुत सुंदर सहयोग हुआ और यहाँ पर सेवा की गौ माता की. और आज हमारे भाविन प्रभु जिन्होंने यहाँ पर इस सुंदर सहयोग किया है, और इसके फलस्वरूप हम गौ माता के दर्शन कर पा रहे हैं, और इसी गौ माता की कृपा से हम ये जो गौर मंडल भूमि है उसमें विचरण कर पा रहे हैं. तो इस गौर मंडल भूमि में, जैसे प्रभु जी ने बताया ना कि श्री गौर मंडल भूमि ये वा जाने चिंता मणि तारा है ब्रज भूमि वास. जब तक हम इस गौर मंडल भूमि में विचरण कर रहे हैं और इसे ये वा जाने चिंता मणि, इसे भगवान या भगवान की भूमि से अचिंत्य समझते हैं, यू नो भगवान की उस वृंदावन की भूमि के समान समझते हैं, तब तक हम श्रीधाम वृंदावन में वास नहीं कर सकते। तो ऐसे श्री गौरांग महाप्रभु की कथा हम श्रवण कर रहे हैं, और इस कथा को, इस यात्रा को हम कर पा रहे हैं हमारे एकमात्र इस गौ माता की सहयोग से। और आज हमारे इस गौशाला में गौ माता का ये जो वंश है प्राय वृद्धि करता जा रहा है। बहुत सारी गाय हैं, बहुत सारे बछड़ों का भी जन्म हुआ है गत दिनों में गौशाला में। तो आप सबसे भी निवेदन है कि आप सब भी अपना यथाशक्ति इसमें सहयोग कर सकते हैं हमारे इस गौशाला में। तो आइए गिरिराज महाराज की कृपा से पुनः एक बार सिस्टम इज यस, हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू।
आपने सही कहा, गोवर्धन उठा तो यहाँ सब हिल गया। મને છે ને આમ અંદરથી ઉમળકા આવે એટલે આ બધું હલી જાય હે. खैर, तो कृष्ण ने बहुत सुंदर गिरिराज उठा लिया
So Krishna
और सारे भक्तों की रक्षा
carried Govardhan and protected all the devotees of the Lord.
सभी
And in this one pastime, he enjoyed all the mellows.
सामर्थक मेघ हार कर जब वापस लौट गया,
And here, when this Samartak
समाचार मिला,
cloud returned back,
इंद्र
failed, and Indra got this news,
भगवान श्री कृष्ण के पास क्षमा मांगने के लिए आते हैं।
so he came to
सोचा कि अकेले जाना ठीक नहीं है, सुरभि गई
get forgiveness from Krishna. He took Surabhi cow with him and did Abhishek of the Lord. And in quite a few verses, he performed veneration of the Lord, as mentioned in Bhagvatam.
प्रभु ने जीव गोस्वामी को सुनाई थी परिक्रमा करते
So,
समय।
this pastime was told by Nityanand Prabhu to Jiv Goswami. Let me show you this part of the Bhagavatam which was not mentioned in Bhagavatam but was told by Nityanand
समुद्र नंद तनई
Prabhu.
शमिल इंद्रे दिल अभय। नंद के पुत्र भगवान श्री कृष्ण बहुत दयालु थे
He says that
और
the
दया के कारण
son of Nand Baba was very merciful and he
तुमसे गलती हुई है,
forgave
लेकिन मेरा
Lord Indra. He said that you have done an offense but I forgive you.
इंद्र की गलती थी, लेकिन
Actually, it was the fault of Indra, but Lord was very happy and satisfied. He did it due to ignorance, but Krishna was happy that
और 7-7 दिन तक
all the inhabitants of
वे
Raja
गोपियां मेरे साथ मेरे सामने रही
and the gopis
नहीं आ सकती थी,
who
तो वो रस का
couldn't even be with me,
गलती के कारण मुझे
but
मिला,
because of Indra's fault, he was able to give association to all of them.
क्षमा कर दिया
So,
और
Shamil means
दिल
forgive
अभय और इंद्र को अभय वरदान दे दिया।
and give the benediction of fearlessness, Abhay.
ब्रह्मा जी के केस में जो था ना वही केस यहाँ पर हुआ।
So the same case as Brahmaji,
इंद्र को क्षमा तो कर
it
दिया,
happened here. He
लेकिन
forgave
ध्यान रखना
Indra,
ना,
but
तथापि इंद्रेर रहिल भय, तथापि इंद्र के हृदय में
still there was
संतुष्टि नहीं हुई।
some unsatisfaction in Indra's heart.
मैंने भगवान
He
को
was
अपराध किया,
fearful
मैंने बहुत
that I
बड़ी
have
गलती
offended
की
the
है।
Lord and it was such a huge
तब
mistake.
इंद्र ने क्या किया?
Then
सुरभि
what did
निकटे
Indra do?
तरतन जाए कई। देवराज इंद्र
Devraj Indra
सुरभि गाय के पास
took Mother
इसलिए
Surbi.
बंद हुआ क्योंकि गौ माता का दर्शन कराना था, क्योंकि आज
It was
गोत्रुम
closed
कहते हैं,
because
गो माने गो माता, गो मैया।
because
अब
they
गोपियां तो
wanted to
सोचती
have
हैं कि
darshan of
चलो
the
से अमर
cow,
नारायण प्रभु
and
जी
this
कहीं ना कहीं
Godrum
हमको,
tree
और आज
is
गोवर्धन द्वीप गौ
named
माता की कथा है,
after the name of
गौ
cow.
के ऊपर ही
Go
डिपेंड है
means
पूरा,
cow, and it all
इसलिए
depends on
अभी
how.
मुझे समझ में आ रहा है।
So now I understood
खैर,
the reason.
तो सुरभि निकटे इंद्र सुरभि माता के पास गए और अपना ये दुख सुनाया।
So Lord Indra went to Surabhi cow and told
कृष्ण
this
लीला मई
distress.
बुझीते नारी, मुझे कृष्ण लीला समझ में नहीं आती है।
He said that I couldn't understand Krishna's pastime, and because of that, I offended the Lord. And it was such a huge mistake. And although I offended the Lord, but He didn't punish me. I should have been punished. Had He punished me, then I would have been satisfied.
लेकिन जब कोई व्यक्ति बिना दंड दिए छोड़ देता है ना,
But when somebody forgive without punishing, then if a person is heart filled with consciousness, then he will always remember that King Parikshit had no fault, but when he put the dead snake in the neck of the sage, he was testing as it was his right, but still Sut Goswami writes in reference to Parikshit Maharaj. When Maharaj Parikshit came back home, he started cursing himself. He said, Maya means me, by me.
अफसोस करते हुए कहने लगे कि मैया मेरे द्वारा नीच काम हो गया, मेरे
I have done something that is not suitable for a Aryan. And what did I do? I offended such a great sage, a saint who had no fault, and he was powerful and effulgent, and I offended such a Vaishnava or a Brahmana, and Parikshit Maharaj is regretting, and Parikshit Maharaj is thinking in his heart that now that I have offended, Dhruva means surely I should be punished for the same. But who will punish the king himself? But who will punish the king? But Parikshit Maharaj thinks that surely I should be punished. My citizens will never do the same. When I should be punished by some demigods, or somewhere I should get punished because I have offended a Brahmana who was equivalent to a demigod. And that is the reason I should be punished, because such bad deed or misdeed that I should never perform in my life again. And what should be the punishment? Parikshit thinks in his mind, should not be a small punishment but a huge punishment, so that I can remember throughout my life. A dev means immediately, that this kingdom I should lose immediately. Rajyam bal mridam kosham. Because of this kingdom, I became proud, and my force, that is my army, should also be lost, and my effulgence or affluence of money should also be. I should lose all my affluence, etc., because I have offended a Brahmana. In the meanwhile, Samyak Rishi sent his messenger, a disciple, and he said that in 7 days you're going to die. Immediately as Parikshit heard that, he became very satisfied. It's mentioned in the second line. He became happy. He said, "This is what should have happened to me." Although Parikshit has not done anything wrong, but a person who is huge or brave heart, he has high principles as well. He said that this is Krishna's mercy, otherwise I would never have been detached to this world. But now this curse has proved to be a boon. It has become a reason for my detachment to this material world. How we should take all the obstacles in a positive manner, we should learn from Lord, from King Parikshit. He's going to die in 7 days, but yet he's thinking so much positively. That although I was not going to leave anything, but now I will be detached due to this curse. So in this way, Parikshit Maharaj is regretting his decision. Similarly, Devraj Indra is also regretting that Krishna has not punished me and has forgiven me, but I should have been punished. Then Surbhi Mata say, or Indra Devta say further, he says Brajendra Sut, that is Krishna, he will perform amazing pastimes in Navdvip. That is what I have heard.
अपराधी पुणे हये रहीब। सो मेरी इच्छा कर रही है कि मैं
And
कुछ
it is my desire that I should do something. Surbhi Mata gives her suggestion. She says, if Krishna is coming or manifesting as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then he will be the most merciful. Then you not alone, I will accompany you. Surbhi Balil means Surbhi said, Chalai Jai means we both shall go together. Navadvip Dham, let's chant the names of Nimai, Bhaj Nimai. Because it is very easy to perform or chant the holy names of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and it gives fruits immediately. So Surbhi Mata and in Lord Indra came to Navdvip. And where did they go? They came here at Godrum Dvip. And here they did Sankirtan. And how did they performed it? It is the process here that is mentioned here.
क्रंदन करे। यहां पर ये सुरभि कुंज है, ये जो हम लीला सुन रहे हैं।
This is the Surbhi Kunj about which we are hearing.
हे जी क्रंदन करे गौरांग दर्शन हय सत्वरे। गौरांग दर्शन हय सतवरे। अब गोविंद टीवी पहुंच चुका है અને હું કથામાં હલવાઈ ગયો છું.
TV has already reached there.
સિદ્ધાંત સમજ લીજીએ.
So let's understand the principle here. By saying Gorang, cry, people who chant and cry or cry while chanting Gorang Baliya Krandan Kare, then he will immediately see the Lord. So it means that when we chant the holy names, then we should have the mellow that as a child cries for his mother. Sometimes she gives twice child, but if the child still continues to cry, then mother immediately leaves everything and come near to the child. So if we cry and chant the holy names, then immediately Gaurang Mahaprabhu manifest. Satvare means immediately here. So it is definite that without crying we cannot get the Lord. That is why I always tell that you should not use our tears for this material world or materialist people, but for the Lord Shyam Sundar or Gaurang Mahaprabhu. Because unless we cry for them, He will not get them. In Karamkanda, you have to use water to perform the karma, and for knowledge, you have to you want water in your feet, but for bhakti marg, the water should be in our eyes as tears. Lakshmanji tells Ramji, if I have to control you, then what should I do? What should people do that you would be controlled? Then Ramji replies,
आवत पुलक शरीरा मम गुण गावत पुलक शरीरा गद गद गिरा नयन बहनीरा गद गद गिरा नयन बहनीरा काम आदि मद दंभन जाके काम आदि मद दंभन जाके तात निरंतर बस में ताके हे जितात निरंतर बस में ही ताके मम गुण गावत पुलक शरीरा गद गद गिरा नयन बहनी। रामायण की अनेक चौपाइयों में से दास की प्रिय चौपाई है।
This is one of my favorite verse from Ramayana. Ramji said, "Oh Lakshman, if somebody sings my qualities or chant my holy names or do sankirtan, and if he gets shivering or ecstatic principle symptoms, and if their voice is thrilled and shivers, and if they have tears in their eyes, and when there is such situation, then I will be controlled by them. And constantly I am controlled by such devotees.
नयन बह नीरा। लेकिन दुख किस बात का है जानते हैं?
But the sadness is about Ramji told a big, but he said that a devotee cannot cry who is filled with carnal desires or who has pride or who has envy and pride. Mad means pride and dam means envy. So a person who has cheating propensity can never cry. To cry, you should have an innocent, soft heart, which is not possible for everyone. You can check the history to achieve the Lord. Narsi Mehta cried from Junagadh. Meera Bai from Mewar cried. The gopis of Raja to achieve the Lord cried. Until the point they cried, they couldn't achieve the God. Shukdev Goswami says, these gopis cried vehemently and they cried with high pitch. They were crying vehemently with huge cry. When the women are in extreme distress, they cry and they sing. And in the similar manner, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to cry during Gambhira.
रूप राम राय, हे स्वरूप, हे रामानंद, सुनो।
Listen, I have lived so long, but I haven't not yet achieved Krishna. Where should I go? Where should I find Brajendra Nandan? He used to cry. How should I meet the Lord? And the same principle is here, which is shared by Shukdev Goswami. When the gopis cried, Shukdev Goswami announced, Tasa Amir Puchari, that Krishna manifested immediately. And how did he manifest it? Shauri. That this he manifested as the son of the Shur clan. So he says that Nityanand Prabhu is telling this to Jiva Goswami. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested. And in front of Indra and Surabhi Mata. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started giving benediction to them.
ऐसे भगवान प्रकट हो गए। श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु प्रकट होकर कहते हैं,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested and said,
नदिया नगरे देखी बभाल से लीला समये सेवी बे मोरे माया जाल आर ना धरे तोरे। हे इंद्र,
Oh Indra, you should not worry at all. After some time, here, this place, the which you can see here, here
इसी स्थान पर
Surbi
गौरांग महाप्रभु ने दर्शन दिया था।
and Lord Indra had performed austerity, and
कहते हैं
Chaitanya
चैतन्य
Mahaprabhu
महाप्रभु
manifested.
कहते हैं कि मैं थोड़े ही दिन के बाद
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that
होने
in
वाला
some
हूँ
time
और
I will
तुम इस लीला
manifest,
का दर्शन करोगे
and
और
you
तुम्हें
will
किसी भी
see
प्रकार
these
की माया स्पर्श
pastimes,
नहीं करेगी
and you will
और
never
तुम्हें
be
किसी
touched by
प्रकार
any
का भय
material desire,
या चिंता नहीं सताएगी।
and you
इस प्रकार
won't
से
be distressed or
यहाँ पर
fearful
जिस
of
वृक्ष
anything.
के नीचे
So,
श्री
under
सुरभि
the
माता
tree
और
where
युवराज
Surbi
इंद्र
Mata
ने
and Lord Indra
भजन किया था और जिस वृक्ष के
performed
नीचे चैतन्य
austerity or
महाप्रभु ने
did
दर्शन
Sankirtana,
किया था, ये
and
वही
they
स्थान है।
saw the Lord
ऐसा
Himself.
कहते हैं
This
कि
is the
गौरांग
same
महाप्रभु
place.
का दर्शन
It is
करके
said that after
एतद्
seeing Gaurang Mahaprabhu,
प्रभु अदृश्य है सुरभि सुंदरी ताथाय रई अश्वत्थ निकटे रहिला देवी निरंतर गौर चरण सेवी। इंद्र तो वहां से चले गए स्वर्ग में,
so it's mentioned that
उस अश्वत्थ
Indra
वृक्ष के नीचे
left for his celestial planet,
सुरभि मैया
but
रुक गई और वहां
Surbi Mata stayed
गौर
back,
चरण मजे श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु
and
का
she
करने लगे।
did Sankirtana
तो हम सब
for
लोग
Chaitanya
इस द्वीप
Mahaprabhu.
में आए हैं। इस द्वीप का नाम है
So this
गोद्रुम।
sweep is
गो
called
माने गाय,
Godrum.
गौ माता,
Go means
गौ
cow
माता सुरभि माता
or Gau Mata,
और
that is
द्रुम माने
Surbi,
वृक्ष।
and Drum means
तो कौन सा
a
वृक्ष है? यहाँ
tree.
पर लिखा है
So
अश्वत्थ
which
वृक्ष।
tree?
ये
Ashwath
ऐसा अश्वत्थ वृक्ष
Vriksha
था
tree.
जो 1 योजन यानी
It
7
was such
माइल
a
फैला
huge
हुआ
tree
अश्वत्थ वृक्ष।
that is
साधारण नहीं था,
7, that was 7 miles long.
7 माइल में फैला हुआ अश्वत्थ वृक्ष था और इसके नीचे
And under
सुरभि
that
मैया और
tree,
इंद्र ने
Surbi
तपस्या की
Maya
थी और गौरांग महाप्रभु।
and
तो
Lord Indra
गो
had
माने
performed
गाय, द्रुम
austerity.
माने वृक्ष, गो द्रुम
So
होने के
Go
कारण
means
इस द्वीप
cow
का नाम हुआ
and
गोद्रुम।
Drum means the tree. That is why it is called Godrum.
और यह वृक्ष की और एक बहुत सुंदर कथा है।
So there is another pastime of
मंडूक
this
ऋषि
same
के एक
tree.
पुत्र हुए जिसका नाम था
Manduk
मार्कंडेय।
Rishi had one son
और
whose name
मार्कंडेय
was
जी ने शिव जी
Markandeya,
की उपासना की, शिव जी
and
प्रसन्न हुए
he prayed to Lord Shiva,
और
and
इससे अमर होने का
Shivji
वर
became
तो मांगा,
satisfied.
लेकिन शिव जी ने
He
कहा मैं
asked
नहीं कर सकता हूँ,
to
आपकी
get become
आयुष्य
immortal.
7 कल्प
He
की
said
बना
that
सकता हूँ,
I
7
cannot
कल्प
make you
की
immortal,
आयु
but
कम नहीं हो
I
सकती।
can give you the
तो 7 कल्प की आयुष्य
life of 7
मार्कंडेय ऋषि की हो
kalpas.
गई। अब जब इतने बड़े कल्प की आयु, तो प्रत्येक कल्प के अंत में महाप्रलय होता
So
है।
at end of
तो अब
every
जब
kalpa
प्रलय का
there
समय
is
आया,
destruction
जिसका
or
वर्णन
annihilation.
विष्णु पुराण में है,
So when
महाभारत
this
में है और
time of annihilation comes,
भागवत जी में
it
भी
is
है,
mentioned in Shiv
तो
Puran,
जब प्रलय का समय
Bhagavatam and
आता है,
Mahabharat
तो
as
ये
well.
वृक्ष की महिमा आप देखिए
So at the
जो
time of
यहाँ
this
पर
annihilation,
उपस्थित है।
let me tell you the glories of this tree here.
जब प्रलय का समय आया, तो एकाएक
So at the
जोर से
time of
आंधी चलने लगी।
annihilation,
उस समय आंधी के
there
कारण
was huge
भयंकर
windfall,
आंधी और तूफान की आवाज होने लगी।
and
विकराल बादल आकाश
due
से
to that
गरजने
there was
लगे,
so much thunder,
कड़कड़ कड़कड़
and the
बिजली चमकने
clouds
लगी और
were
रथ के चक्र के घुरे के समान जल
filled
की
with so
मोटी
much
मोटी
rain,
धाराएं
and
वर्षा के रूप में पृथ्वी पर गिरने लगी।
huge drops of
और
water were
मार्कंडेय ऋषि
falling
समझ गए कि
from the
निश्चय ही ये
clouds,
महाप्रलय का
and
समय आ चुका है।
Markandeya Rishi understood that
बहुत
this is the
सुंदर,
time of
सुंदर क्या बहुत
Mahapralay
भयंकर
or
आंधी
super
और तूफान चलने लगे
annihilation,
और सारा ब्रह्मांड जल में डूबने लगा।
and the whole
उस जल
material
में बड़े
world,
बड़े मगर,
universe was
बड़ी बड़ी
droning
मछलियां उछलने लगी
in the water.
और उस
Big
प्रलय जल में
alligators
सब
and
कोई डूब
fishes
गया।
were
इनको तो वही आता था,
jumping,
ये तो मरने
and
वाले लोग हैं,
everybody droned
लेकिन
in
ये
this
भी
water.
उसमें डूबे
But Markandeya Rishi
और अपनी आंखों से उन्होंने
had
प्रलय
a
की छाया
benediction, but
देखी।
still he was also droning,
सारी पृथ्वी डूबी,
and he
सारे
saw
ब्रह्मांड
this
डूबे
annihilation by his
और
own
उस
eyes.
समय ये पागल अंधे के समान गोता मार रहे हैं। और
So,
जब तक ये प्रलय चला, तब तक न कोई भोजन मिला, न खाना पीना,
and
कुछ
he
नहीं।
is droning and
तो
trying to
भूख से
save
व्याकुल
himself.
हो गए।
He couldn't get anything to eat or
एक ओर
drink,
भूख लगी
so
है,
he was
दूसरी ओर
very
समुद्र के प्रलय के
hungry.
जल
and on other hand he's droning in the water, and on the big alligators and fishes are jumping in that water.
कभी उस
So in this
समुद्र में पड़ जाते हैं,
he was becoming
कभी
unconscious.
समुद्र की जो लहरें जोर से उनको आकर पटकती हैं, इस प्रकार से
Sometimes he is getting slapped by the huge
परेशान हो गए।
waves. So he
और
became very much
सोचने कि जब
distressed
डूब रहे थे तब तक तो क्या हुआ,
and he was droning.
उनके हाथों में
In the meanwhile,
जैसे तैसे एक पेड़ की डाली आ गई,
he
डाली पकड़ ली।
could catch
अब डाली
a
पकड़ ली,
branch of a
तो
tree.
कई समय से डूब रहे थे, वो डूबना बंद हो गया।
So he stopped droning
डाली के
now
सहारे वहां पर चले गए।
and he took the support of that branch of the
भागवत जी में
tree.
वर्णन है,
Srimad Bhagavatam mentions,
श्लोक दिखाऊं या ये दिखाऊं?
let me show you this verse.
श्रीमद् भागवत जी में वर्णन है, स कदाचित भ्रमन् तस्मिन् पृथ्वीव्याम ककुदि द्विजः। वो मार्कंडेय ऋषि को जब वो डाली हाथ में पकड़ में आ गई,
Markandeya Rishi
डाली के ऊपर उन्होंने एक दृश्य देखा।
got hold of
और
this
वो दृश्य
branch.
क्या था?
He saw a
एक
sight.
अश्वत्थ वृक्ष,
And what was
जिसका
that
पत्ता
scene?
और उसमें छोटे
He
से
saw
श्याम सुंदर
that
भगवान
there
श्री
was this
कृष्ण सोए हुए थे।
tree, and on that
और सोए
leaf,
हुए
a
भगवान
beautiful
कृष्ण के
Lord Shri Krishna was sleeping.
पदारविंदम,
Kararavinde,
उनके बहुत सुंदर कर कमल के
Kararavindam.
समान थे, चरण
He
भी
had
कमल के
beautiful
समान थे।
hands
और उन्होंने क्या
like
किया?
lotus, and his feet were also like
अपने कर से
lotus.
पादारविंदे
And
अपने चरणों को मुखारविंदे अपने मुख में
he was
विनिवेश यंतम रख दिया।
touching his
अब ये यहाँ प्रणय चल रहा
feet
है, सब कुछ
in
दिख
his
रहा है, सब
mouth
डाले हाथों
with the
में डाली
support
आ गई,
of
और वो
his
क्या
hands.
देख रहे हैं कि
This
एकदम
is what
से
Markandeya Rishi
अश्वत्थ
saw.
वृक्ष के पत्ते में इस प्रकार से मुख में अंगूठा लेकर चूस रहे हैं। किसी ने पूछा,
If,
भगवान
and
श्री
someone
कृष्ण
asked,
अपना ही अंगूठा मुख में क्यों डाल रहे हैं?
why Lord Shri
हमारे
Krishna
ऋषिगण
is
कहते हैं कि भगवान ने सोचा कि जहां जाता हूं लोग मेरा पांव छूते हैं,
putting his
ये
feet?
ऋषि मुनि
So he
साधु
said,
संत
he
मेरे
thought that
चरण की रज
whenever
धूलि खाते हैं,
somebody
तो ये
meets
मेरे
me, they
चरण
all
कमल
want
का
the
कुछ तो
dust
चमत्कार है,
of
ये
my
सब लोग
lotus
इसका
feet.
लाभ ले
Then
रहे हैं। आज मैं
might
भी
be
सोचा कि
something
देखूं,
special attached to it.
यह
So let me
सोचकर
just taste it
कराल
myself
विंदे
or relish
अपने
it
हाथों
myself.
से
That is why just
पादारविंदम
thinking that
मुखार
he
विंदे
took
विनिवेश
his
यंतम,
feet
मुखार विंदे
with the help of his hands and put it
और
in his
वटस्य पत्रस्य
mouth.
कूटे शयानम बालम मुकुंदम मनसा स्मरामि। और उन्होंने यह दर्शन किया। तब तक तो वहां का जो जल था उस अश्वत्थ वृक्ष के आजू बाजू में,
And
वहां
in the
जल नीचे उतर
meanwhile,
मानो
that
प्रलय के
water
समय
started
आइलैंड
to
बन
come
गया
down
और वहां पर अश्वत्थ वृक्ष और
and
आराम
it
से वो नीचे उतरे।
became an island.
बहुत सुंदर गौ माता थी,
And
सुरभि
he
मैया।
came down and he
सुरभि
saw
मैया ने
beautiful
मार्कंडेय ऋषि
Surbi
को
cow,
अपना दूध पिलाया, भोजन कराया,
and she
और उस
gave
दूध से,
her
भोजन
milk
से
and
लाखों
gave
वर्ष
food
जो
to him.
प्रणयी जल में डूबे थे वो थकान दूर हो गई। लेकिन अभी
And
भी
by this
भूख प्यास तो ठीक,
milk and
वो
food,
प्रलय से बच
he
गए, लेकिन अभी भी इनके भेजे में
got
कुछ आ
relief
नहीं रहा
from
है,
his hunger
भोग
and
जा रहा
thirst.
है।
But he couldn't
एक्चुअली क्या
understand
हो
what
रहा
is this going on
है?
here,
तब सुरभि माता
what
ने कहा
actually is happening here.
कि
Then
देखो,
Surbi Mata replied that
ये अश्वत्थ वृक्ष और
this
ये जो स्थान है,
tree
ये स्थान
and
है
this place,
गोद्रुम द्वीप,
this place is
जहाँ
Godrum
पर हम
Dweep,
लोग अभी उपस्थित है।
where we are
ये
present
गोद्रुम
right
द्वीप में,
now.
और गोद्रुम द्वीप में द्रुम माने अश्वत्थ वृक्ष, जहाँ पर इंद्र और सूर्य
So
ने तपस्या
Drum means this Ashwath tree where Lord Indra and Surabhi cow
और
had
तुम अभी
performed
भयभीत हो,
austerity.
तुम्हारे मन
And
में
now
कोई
that you're
चिंता है, कोई
distressed,
प्रॉब्लम है, तुम चिंता मत
you're
करो,
anxious
तुम
and
यहाँ
worried,
पर गौरांग
don't worry.
श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु के पवित्र नाम का उच्चारण करो,
You chant the
तुम्हारे
holy
जितने
names
भी
of Lord Chaitanya,
मोह माया ममता है समाप्त हो
and
जाएगी,
you
तुम्हारा
will be
दुख और
relieved of
कष्ट दूर हो
all the
जाएगा।
material
सुरभि माता ने
distress
कहा
and
तुम जन्म
qualities,
मृत्यु के चक्र से मुक्त हो जाओगे
and you will get
और अपने
relieved of
सारे
this
कर्म फलों से
repeated cycle of
छूट
birth and
जाओगे।
death, and you will be
इस
absolved
प्रकार
of all your
तुम्हारे अंदर
sins
जो
and
ज्ञान
deeds.
है वो भी दूर हो जाएगा, अज्ञान
So,
भी दूर हो जाएगा।
your
सुरभि मैया ने सही
ignorance
बात
and
बताया
knowledge
कि ज्ञान
both will be
अज्ञान तो
removed.
दूर होगा, लेकिन ज्ञान भी दूर होगा। ज्ञान भी कोई बड़ी चीज नहीं है, ज्ञान से भगवान नहीं
So,
मिलते,
knowledge is not a
ज्ञान की
huge feat to
जरूरत
achieve
नहीं है,
because nobody can, Lord doesn't get happy or satisfied with knowledge. Knowledge is that much sufficient to understand the relationship. So when we use thorn to pluck other thorn, then we remove the thorn and then we throw them both. So this is a similar case. We need knowledge to get rid of our ignorance, and then we should leave both behind like the thorns, and they should be discarded, and only love should manifest and remain. And this is the place that is where Markandeya Rishi also chanted the holy names of Gaurang, where Lord Indra and Surbi Mata had performed austerity and saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here we are circumambulating this Godrum Dweep. It is a huge pleasure that tomorrow is Gaur Purnima, and for the devotees of Gauryas, it is a huge day for all of us because Lord manifested today that tomorrow, who is the ocean of mercy who manifested and who is the combined form of Lord Shri Krishna and Srimati Radharani, and we will celebrate their birthday. So till tomorrow, we should observe Nirjala Upvas till evening, and in the evening after his birth, we should do Abhishek, and after that we can eat food. So this is the information I wanted to share. So today is Adivas, tomorrow we will celebrate his birthday and we'll listen his birth pastime. Nadiya Anand hua. That is the pleasure was achieved in Navdweep, and we will receive the mercy and blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In year 2022, we are circumambulating the abode of the Lord during the time of the birth time of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we will be celebrating his birthday for 9 days. And presently we are in Godrum Dweep, where Thakur Bhaktivinod stayed and who manifested the place of birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the Godrum Dweep, where Nityanand Prabhu started his preaching.
महाजन पाती याचे नाम हट जीवे र कारण है. सो श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु का भी ये बहुत सुंदर प्रचार क्षेत्र है, और ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद का स्वानंद सुखदा कुंज श्री ललिता सखी का, तो ये सारी बातें आएगी, हम लोग विचरण करेंगे.
These all things will be discussed and we will circumambulate. You all have been listening with so much mellows and attending this Gaur Mandal Parikrama. Thank you so much. And I especially want to thank the organizers of this 4th day of the Yatra, the Seta family, Dhansukh Bhai, Chetna Ben, Chetna Mata, and our well-wisher and friend, Bhavin Prabhu. I thank you all. Just contribute in the service of the Lord and listen to Bhagvatam and chant the holy names of the Lord and make your life blissful. Let's conclude the session of this 4th day of the Katha with Jai Jaikar.
भागवतम महापुराण की